The mass noticing of weird changes is becoming so pervasive. Even former new atheist Joe Rogan is turning to Jesus.
We need Jesus. I think for real. Like if he came back now, it'd be great. Like Jesus, if you're thinking about coming back right now, now's a good time.
There are so many illegals massing at the Mexican border. Trump's waving at them. 7.2 million illegals entered the US under Biden, an amount greater than the population of 36 states. Venezuela's rate of violent deaths dropped to its lowest level in over 2 decades, while the United States continues to be rocked by tragedies such as the murder of Laken Riley, killed by a man who entered the US illegally from Venezuela. But in case you dared notice any changes, Biden assured us that crime hasn't been lower for half a century.
Last year, the United States had one of the lowest rates of all violent crimes in more than 50 years.
Yeah, that might be the case. When you exclude all the major crime-ridden cities, which weren't included in the data, this isn't the same country that you grew up in. Meanwhile, in the UK, a Middle Eastern man visited an area of London and made the mistake of thinking he'd see a bunch of white people.
Where are all the white English people? I thought I was in London, but there is no English people here. And all the white people I find are not English, they are from Poland or Ukrainian or Russian, I think. But no one speaks English. I have only been 3 months in the UK. And I have seen more people from my country than English people. Or maybe I'm in the wrong country.
Why English people in the capital city of England? You mad? Meanwhile, in Russia, but according to establishment conservatives like Fraser Nelson, mass immigration wasn't a deliberate policy. It was all just an accident. We've accidentally trebled net migration by mistake. Oh, Betty, the cat's done a whoopsie on the carpet and I've had a little accident. I accidentally imported 10 million Bomalians. Accident or evil secret plot cooked up by Vladimir Putin. That's the new narrative they've just dropped. It's not our border force rescuing all the migrant boats. It's not our government laying out the red carpet with incentives like free hotel accommodation, free cash, free healthcare. No, it's actually Vladimir Putin doing all that. Exclusive. Putin's nefarious plan to destabilize Europe saw him fill every single position of influence in Europe with Russian spies who then lobbied endlessly for mass migration. But how could Putin even have time for such dastardly plans when all his focus must be concentrated on how to counter the United States' new war-winning strategy?
You all have the power to take intentionally inclusive actions to ensure the multiple perspectives that we know make us stronger as we devise winning warfighting strategies.
Of forcing everyone to put pronouns in their emails.
I ask you to set out your symbols of pride. Share your pronouns in your email, particularly if you're a person who doesn't think they need to.
And speaking of the feminization of men, the truth is weak and feminized men are more easily controlled, making society vulnerable to manipulation and tyranny. We're bombarded with estrogenic chemicals from plastics, junk food, and sedentary lifestyles. Testosterone levels have been declining for decades, with a 17% drop among 60-year-olds in 2004 compared to 1987. Sperm count and strength in men are also decreasing exponentially, with a 32.5% decrease in mean sperm concentration in the last 50 years. Researchers call these changes alarming from an evolutionary point of view, but don't worry because there's hope. Black Forest Turkesterone with Tonkat Ali limited edition supplement has been dubbed the feminization killer, since it combines two of the most potent natural testosterone boosters on the market. Turkesterone is a natural anabolic compound that supports muscle growth, improves endurance, and boosts testosterone levels. Tonkat Ali is an ancient potent natural herb that's been used for thousands of years to increase testosterone levels, improve libido, and reduce stress levels. If you want to naturally boost your testosterone levels, you've got to get your hands on some of this. I've been taking it for nearly a year. Energy levels, strength, sleep, and overall well-being all noticeably improved. Don't waste time though, because it's limited edition, and once it's gone, it's gone. And the best part is you can try Black Forest Turkesterone with Tonkat Ali with an amazing buy two get one free offer, which is applied at the website. So hurry and take advantage of this special 48-hour promo offer and support me as well as this amazing brand. The link's right down there in the description, so pause the video. You can come back to it, I don't mind, and take control of your health and life by getting your hands on Black Forest Turkesterone and Tonkat Ali. New immigration figures just dropped and it's another record high. 3.4 million visas granted in 2023, 279,000 given to dependents of migrants. But why complain when it's such a fantastic benefit to our economy? That's why it's going to cost taxpayers another 100 billion, as well as housing illegal boat migrants in hotels, which now costs £15 million a day.
And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
But while demographic changes in the UK are becoming so apparent that George Galloway just won a by-election in a northern town thanks almost exclusively to a Muslim voting bloc enamoured by his defence of Gaza.
Keir Starmer, this is for Gaza.
While the Prime Minister offers mealy-mouthed condemnation of the UK descending into mob rule, how did we get here after importing millions of people from countries with a culture of mob rule into London? Mob rule has taken over London! Experts are crunching the numbers to figure out if systematically undermining basic law and order could have affected basic law and order. It's vital to remember what's truly important.
In our party, we have a proud tradition of diversity and accepting everyone from every background. Indeed, it is a proud record that puts Labour to shame, Mr. Speaker. This is the party that delivered the first Jewish Prime Minister, the first female Prime Minister, the first black Chancellor, the first Muslim Home Secretary, and now led by the first British Asian Prime Minister. While it seems he can only champion men from North London, it's the Conservatives that represent modern Britain.
Yes, the country may be going to shit. Our towns and cities may be turning into rubbish-strewn, crime-ridden dystopian hellscapes, but at least it's going to shit under the most diverse government ever.
Diversity.
And not to worry, because all concerns about mass migration, crime and no-go zones, which definitely don't exist, were completely demolished when this leftist was able to visit a curry house in Birmingham and not get beheaded. Recently visited the notorious no-go area of Sparkbrook in Birmingham and can confirm that the size of the naan bread is extremely intimidating. Owning the bigots while enjoying the mystery slop never tasted so good. Another shitlib was very pleased with himself after this zinger. I'm absolutely furious that large numbers of foreigners are refusing to learn the language of their adopted country. They don't integrate, preferring to group together, sticking to their own foods, not watching local TV and still partaking of their own peculiar customs. Oh yes, a photo of some Brits on holiday in Benidorm. Guess you just lost the right to complain about infinity Bomalians then, and who needs the peace and quiet anyway?
Here's one of the main things I hate about living in the countryside. Guys, okay, listen. There's little to no noise around here, okay?
Meanwhile, in Japan... looks peaceful, clean, safe. Take a look around. There are few signs of the societal discord you might expect in a place with trend lines like Japan's, such as accumulating garbage, potholes or picket lines. The country remains remarkably stable and cohesive with little sense of impending doom. The mind boggles as to how they've achieved that.
日本はイギリスとアメリカのように大量に移民を受け入れるべきだと思いますか?
Wait, Japan births hit record low and population down by largest margin in 2023. Hold up, their population's still double what it was at the height of the Japanese Empire. Doesn't matter. You know what they need? Infinity Bomalians. Japan will disappear if something doesn't change. A vision of Japan's future, Shibuya Crossing, but there's rubbish everywhere and all the shops have been replaced with vape mobile phone repair shops. Yeah, I'd be very careful what you wish for. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.